And by this, I give the floor to the first speaker, which is the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, on behalf of the group of friends in defense of the Charter or the United Nations, speaking on behalf of a group, 5 minutes, and I hope we can see the timer up there, and if not, you see it on the microphone. Please, Your Excellencies, the floor is yours.
Señora Presidenta, la República...
Madam President, the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela has the honour to take the floor on behalf of the group of friends in defence of the United Nations Charter, whose member states are grateful for this meeting having been convened pursuant to the provisions of the resolution submitted by our group and adopted by the overwhelming majority of the international community. Madam President, meeting for the first time to celebrate the International Day Against Unilateral Coercive Measures, we remember a deep-running connection, because today, December 4th, is the anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration on the Right to Development. The fact that these dates coincide was intentional, because unilateral coercive measures are a systematic attack on the right to development, which is an inalienable right for all persons and all peoples. However, for more than a third of humanity in more than 76 countries, this right is being throttled by illegal policies that can only be described as part of a campaign of maximum calculated cruelty. Madam President, unilateral coercive measures are weapons of economic warfare that can be as lethal as conventional weapons. No justification, be it political, ideological, or any other type of justification, can legitimise such actions. Blocking access to finance, technology, to medication and food. These illegal measures paralyse the productive potential of the countries affected, cut supply chains, and choke investment. So they really are the most significant impediment to national development plans and for the implementation of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. What's more, so-called humanitarian exemptions are no more than just cruel illusions. In practice, they are ineffective and largely fictitious, as UN experts have confirmed. Madam President, the gravity and the global scale of this assault on development, on human rights and on international cooperation requires a coordinated response from the whole of the UN system. For this reason, on this first International Day, we launched an appeal to the Secretary-General to appoint a special advisor on unilateral coercive measures. Such a high-level focal point is urgently required to assess the impacts of these illegal measures, to attest to their devastating effects, and to ensure coherent responses across the whole of the UN system, including its country teams. Making the global scope of this economic destruction more visible, we are preventing the discussion of these intergovernmental processes taking place in the UN system. We express our solidarity to our brothers and sisters of Belarus, Cuba, the DPRK, Eritrea, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Nicaragua, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, and all of the developing nations who are subject to these criminal measures. We launch an appeal for unilateral coercive measures to be fully, immediately and unconditionally lifted against the countries affected, and at the same time we urge the member states of the organisation to refrain from recognising or acting on illegal practices, including through over-compliance. We also call upon international financial institutions and other organisations to halt any form of complicity in this regard. Madam President, rejecting unilateral coercive measures, we are defending the very foundations of multilateralism. And commemorating this International Day, we are renewing our determination to achieve a world free of these illegal, cruel and inhumane policies, if we are to hold true to our promise of leaving nobody behind. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Muchas gracias. I thank the distinguished representative of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.